This video will explain how to do a Concept 14 problem. Our problem for today is Henry is playing Uno with his family on Christmas Day. The deck of cards contains 105 cards. The deck consists of 25 red, yellow, blue, and green cards. It also contains 5 more wild cards. Each player is randomly dealt a 7-card hand. What is the probability that a hand will contain A. exactly 3 wild cards, and B. 3 wild cards, 2 red cards, and 3 blue cards? So the first step to solving this problem is we need to use the NCR of how many normal cards and how many wild cards there are. So since there are 4 sets of 25, there are 100 normal cards. And since we are trying to get 3 wild cards in one hand, that leaves only room for 4 more cards because it is a 7-card hand. So the NCR would be 100C4 times 5, because there's 5 wild cards, C, and we only want 3 wild cards, so it is 5C3 over the total amount of cards, which is 105 C, and we want a 7-card hand, so 105, the NCR of 7. Okay, so when we multiply this out, 100 NCR NCR4 is equal to that, so then we have to multiply this by the NCR of the wild cards, so it's 5 NCR3. So when we multiply that, we get this number, and now we divide by the total amount of cards, which is the NCR of 105 C7. So when we divide by 105 C7, so when we divide by this, we get 3,092. We get a big number, 5039212250, and we divide it by the NCR of 105 C to the 7th. So when we do that, it is 22760723700. So when we do that, we get a decimal, and we can math frac this. Oh, never mind, we cannot. So actually there is we get a decimal, and if we move it over 2 places, so 1, 2, there's a 0.17 chance of getting 3 wild cards in one hand, so 0.17 chance, 0.17%. Now for part B, we are trying to figure out the probability of getting 3 wild cards, 2 red cards, and 3 blue cards. So we use the NCR also. So there are 25 red cards, but we only want 2. There are 25 blue cards, but we only want 3. And there are 5 wild cards, but we only want 3. And there are 25 green and 25 yellow cards. So basically there are 50 cards left over that are unneeded. So it's 50 to the C of 0 because we want none. And we still divide by the total amount of cards and how many cards we want in one hand. So when we do that, now we have to figure out the NCRs of all of them. So 25, 300. So this is equal to 300. 25. This is equal to 2,300. NCR 3 is equal to 10. And 50 NCR 0 is equal to 1. So we can just cross that out because it's unimportant. So when we multiply all of them together, which is 300 times 2,300 times 10, we get 6.9 million, so 6,900. And we still have to divide it by the NCR of 105C7. So when we divide it by that, we are going to get 227,607, 237, 227,607,23, 700. Enter. We get 3.03153803. 2 times 10 to the negative 4th. So we basically get 3.03. So we need to move this over 4 places. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is a 0, 1, 2. There is a 0.03 chance of getting 2 red cards, 3 wild cards, and 3 blue cards. 0.03%.